Welcome to the Culture Insight Show, hosted by J. Will
and Tony,
where we actually learn about the culture of your history and insight into your future. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with you, we have one of the most talented musical artists in the entire state of North Carolina, specifically in the city of Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, BMG.
Jay Wilski, what's the word?
How you doing, man?
Good,
Feeling good today?
Pleasure to have you on the show, man.
Yes,
sir.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes, sir. I'm
How
glad
you
to be
been
here.
doing, man? You've been traveling, you've been in the studio, you've been writing. I mean, what's been going on, man? How you feeling today?
Feeling good, bro.
Feeling good.
Been busy working on the album. It's almost finished.
Wait, hold on. Time out. We just got started. You talking about working on an album?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
How long's the track list?
Probably want to put 10 on there.
10?
Yeah, 10 songs on there, but
Okay.
I got 20 right now. We're gonna pick.
Now we're gonna let them wait, but you already got a name?
Nah,
You ain't got a name for the
I
album
don't
yet?
want to say too much right now. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna wait on most definitely.
Keeping it low
man.
key, I feel you.
But so, honestly, here at the Culture Insight, we really want to learn the culture of your history, where did you get to, where you are now, and the insight to the future, where you are right now, where you're taking your career, man.
Okay.
And so, I've known you a little bit in the past. I don't know you so much to where I actually knew how you fell in love with music. So, can you talk a little bit about that?
I've been writing since I was 11. I started off posting little videos on Facebook.
At 11 years old, was you even writing? You probably still learning your ABCs.
Right, yeah.
So you started writing at 11 years old.
Yeah, I started writing at 11.
So what inspired you to pick up the pen and start writing?
Guess it's free time. Being young and trying new things, that was something I always did. I always had free time. I used to get on Facebook, write, record myself. It kind of came natural. And then when I got to college, I used to always freestyle with the boys. And then I was like, you know what, this is something I love doing. Why not try it out? So I remember my first studio session. BT, my sis Lay.
Shout out Boris.
Yeah,
shout out BT.
Yeah. Made a song, Perfect Timing.
Okay.
Went to the studio. Shout out to Ray Leon. He was the producer at the time, but went to the studio, tried it out, and then now we're here.
So when it comes to actually making music,
Okay.
does the feeling of the music come from just listening to the beat, or do you write first?
It depends. If I got a lot on my mind, that's my safe place. To where it's kind of like I'm journaling, but at the same time I'm telling the story and I'm putting it into a creative way of expressing myself. And then there's also times too where I might vibe out to a beat, like me and BT in the gang might vibe out to a beat. It's groovy. Might freestyle on it just to catch the melody, and then we go from there. And then once we got the melody, I'll write to the melody.
So bouncing off that, when do you know when a song's going to be a hit and you want to release it, or one that you want to kind of keep closer to the belt before releasing it and kind of keep it to yourself?
After the studio session, and I'll tell the producer, the engineer to send it to my email, and I'll get in the car. I play it in the car. Gotta have that car test on the way home.
Oh yeah, that car speaker. Ain't that like the car speakers?
Yeah. So once I play it in the car, feeling groovy, and I'm like, yeah, this the one. But it don't stop there. I send the song out. It's probably about 10 people, 10 individuals.
Okay.
Get the thumbs up, then we good.
So when you first started writing at 11 years old, what was that turning point? You wanted to keep going. You wanted to be a music artist versus okay, I just want to freestyle, but you wanted to make this into a career.
Honestly, I always saw myself as being a superstar.
Word.
Yeah.
Who inspired you to be who inspired you? Oh wait, or did you inspire yourself?
I inspire myself, but I think I look up to Drake. Drake a lot. I grew up listening to a lot of Drake, and a couple different artists. That's where my versatility comes from. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to Drake, what do you feel like you can connect with him compared to other artists that kind of push you to be yourself and make it in this music industry?
Because he's open. If you ever listen to his lyrics, especially Marvin's Room,
Right.
that was a very open song.
Yeah.
And I like how he's open and he can also change direction. He's not limited to just one direction of or one genre of music.
Gotcha.
So that's why I think.
So you feel like you can relate to that as well?
Yeah, of course, most definitely.
When it comes to making your music, is it just how you're feeling, or do you make music for what people want to actually hear?
Oh, how I'm feeling, most def. I got a couple people that I want to hear more rap. I want to hear more party music. That's coming too.
Okay.
So
it's just a matter of when you're feeling it, right?
Most definitely. Yeah. The way I make a party song is gonna be different from the way I make a song that that's more heart, like coming from the heart, telling the story.
Right.
What
So
is it hard like recording?
no, it come natural. That's the fun part. That's why I love being an artist because it's something
Yeah.
I love doing. Yeah.
So is that easy?
I mean,
So I can get in the studio right now and I can make me a hit song and I could be #1 on Billboard.
Jay Will, you got bars.
I like it when you
Don't
come
be
in
having
big.
to set up too much.
Come on, don't play. Don't play.
So is really that simple for you? Like,
I went through my trials and tribulations as an artist. Just being able to take constructive criticism because I might record a song and I'm like, damn, it's hot. I might send it to my manager, might send it to a couple other people and they're like, yeah, B, like, it's not the one. Or either you need to go back and fix it. So it's just a part of learning from that and not getting too hard on myself. Because there's times where I feel like I do beat myself up over it. But then it's nothing more important than going back and say, I'm not giving up. I'm going to go back and fix what needs to be fixed.
right.
And that's the beauty of it. Because instead of giving up, if I ever would have gave up, I would have never had Never Ignore Me. I would have never had Perfect Time.
All of these
I went
hits,
back
yeah.
and fixed it. And that's where the beauty comes in the music.
So when do you feel like that moment was that you were like, okay, I can actually make a career out of this. I can be successful with this if I push myself hard
Because
enough.
I know you had said that you always wanted to be a superstar.
Right.
Sure.
But a lot of people wants that.
Right.
But when did you like, okay, I can make a career out of this. I can go far.
I would say Letter to Myself. It was the second single I dropped.
Okay.
And from there, it just stuck.
Did you write that or you freestyled that?
I wrote that.
You wrote
Okay,
that?
I wrote that. And it just stuck from there.
So I know you were saying like that support system is big, you know, like that constructive criticism. How does your manager Boris, how big of an impact is he to your career to keep you on pace, to keep you going?
It's essential. Essential. Actually, I got it on. But he's essential because I don't got no yes man in my circle. Like I said, so if you know they know I can go harder, they see me slacking. Like you ain't been in the studio. Let's go to the studio. Shout out to Cell Limit. When I was up and coming and new to it, he would literally be here 200, go to the studio.
For sure.
So I definitely appreciate BT. Shout out to
Very
Cell Limit.
important.
Yeah, it's good too.
It's very important to have those people that actually hold you accountable and like to, you know, if they ever see you slacking, that they're going to be able to hold you accountable to that. Well, while you go ahead and, you know, you're taking that dream, we're going to go ahead and toast up. Shout out to BMG for actually, you know, launching his music out. You know, it's all on platforms right now. And, you know, I got to take a shot to that for sure.
Let's do it. Happy to be here, man.
And, ooh, that's some good stuff right there.
Put some
I
hands on
was
chest.
watching. I pay a close attention to your social media platform.
Okay.
Exposure.
Okay.
What does it take for you to get that exposure to have these type of people hear your music? Like, where's your music at right now? Like, is it just in the U.S.? Is it just in North Carolina? Like, where are you seeing people listening to your music?
So it's weird as you say that. I actually got a lot of streams in the UK right now.
The UK.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
Do you know where that comes from, or is it just like out of nowhere?
Is that like on Apple Music, Spotify, or
Apple Music, Spotify. You can find me on YouTube.
And your music's on all platforms,
Yeah,
right?
Tidal,
Okay.
Pandora. It's on all platforms.
So how did you realize that most of your listeners is coming from the UK?
Through the statistics, as far as like seeing how much streams I have, it shows where the breakdown of everything. Because it's you know it's music, it's creative, but it's a business as well.
Right.
So that's where the business part come in.
Wow, man.
So what do you feel like your favorite part of the process has been so far? Like going through the trials and tribulations, having to deal with not having enough funds to be able to support your career. What do you feel like is the moment that you're like enjoying the most out of it?
Okay, I would say having that pivot in direction when something doesn't go my way, because it teaches me how to maneuver in other areas of my life. Because although I said music is fun, it's not easy all the time.
Right.
You know, being in the studio for hours, having a producer make you stay a line over and over again about 40 times. Shout out to Bone, the producer. But I would say that has definitely helped me a lot. Because like I said, it's not easy. I love to do it, but it's not easy. But it's something I put my heart into every day.
Talking about relationships, when it comes to an artist bringing you on their song,
Okay.
or you bringing another artist on your song,
Okay.
how is that interaction with other artists when it comes to collaborating to make a masterpiece?
It more so happens naturally. It's not. I don't think I force it. And I gotta feel that vibe. I gotta feel that connection to even do a song with you. I got, some individuals that like, yo, B, like, what we gonna do? But it's more to it than that. It's like, who are you as a person?
Right.
And when we get in the
Versus who you
studio,
are as just music.
yeah, actually, kind of off topic too, but I figure out my recording process is easier when another artist is in a room. It's like I feel more comfortable. I have more fun.
Versus them sending you the song.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like I make better music when I'm with someone else that makes music.
Okay, because you have that, like, those eyes on your music, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
a different set of, like, a point of view on it that someone in that same industry can give you pointers and be like, hey, like, I like this sounded kind of off, or like,
Yeah.
what is it exactly that they do that makes you better in the studio?
Just the vibe, just having someone else that's doing the same thing as me, and we're working on it at the same time rather than me trying to do it by myself.
Okay.
For someone that's watching right now, what would you tell them, like, okay, I see BMG right now. I see what BMG is doing.
Yeah.
I wanna work hard to be able to make a song with BMG.
Okay.
What would you tell them right now?
Write. Get comfortable writing. You're an artist. However you want to do it, but I would say write, be consistent, and you can't care about what nobody else think. Put yourself out there, but make sure it's professional too.
And I know you had a good question that you wanted to ask BMG, but what's the difference between a rapper and a music artist? Do you consider yourself a rapper or a music artist?
Music artist.
Okay. What's the difference?
I think a rapper just makes the songs, just writes the lyrics. I think a music artist is open to exploring different things, whether that be me learning how to produce, whether that me being an entrepreneur. People don't realize, like, music, essentially you're doing a lot. You're not just a rapper.
Exactly. You're not
Yeah.
just putting words on a paper and reading it in a microphone.
Yeah, you're your own brand. What Jay-Z say? What he say? He said, "I'm not a businessman. I'm the businessman."
I'm a business
Type shit. Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So, essentially, just putting yourself in that space and understanding that you got a lot more to work on. It's being comfortable behind the camera, learning how to maneuver and do different things, learning how to talk, learning how to practice breath control, breathing control when you performing. It's not breathing all heavy in the mic. It's more to it than just rapping. So I definitely consider myself a music artist.
So what tribulation do you feel like that you went to through the process that you've been through was like, okay, this is going to be tougher than I thought?
Consistency, man. And that's why I push that out to a lot of up-and-coming artists that want to do this, is consistency and not beating yourself up over it. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to make music to have fun.
And I feel like not even just in music, in this industry
Yeah.
that somebody's in,
Yeah.
it takes consistency.
So what's your definition of fun? Like, everybody looks at fun in a different way. What would you say having fun in the industry is defined as?
Being yourself, laughing, not being too hard on yourself. Just being yourself.
So where did the name BMG even come from?
That's
Like,
my.
I don't,
So it's my initials,
word?
right? Yeah. My first name Byron Morrell, last name Gaiman, but BMG, Billions Made Gracefully. Me and my homeboy AJ actually came up with it. But
Shout out AJ.
yeah, shout out AJ. That's the brand though. That's the brand.
Wow, that's special
Yeah.
to have your own brand be your initials.
Yeah.
And then that's your stage name. That's your musical artist name.
Yeah.
right?
So it go hand in hand.
So do you have any avenues you plan on going down other than being an artist when it comes to BMG? What do you plan on doing?
Most definitely next year I want to open up my own gym.
Okay.
So you're in the fitness too.
Yeah, in the fitness, yeah.
Hey, we'll have to stay in touch then, because I plan on getting a gym open soon too. So
Most definitely. Just being in that space, I feel like fitness puts me in a better mindset.
Right.
Releasing them endorphins before going to the studio, happy, all that positive positive stuff.
How does that help you with music?
They go hand in hand because fitness is not easy. Getting up, working out every day is not easy.
right.
When you got 10 sets and you're on that last one and you're trying to push, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do this hard.
See, that comes back to the consistency we're
Exactly,
talking
yeah.
about. Having that consistency to be able to stay in the gym, stay on that grind. If you're able to do it with the gym, you can do it with the studio too. It's just a matter of putting your head in the right mind space and being like, okay, I can go for this. Okay, I can
Exactly.
do this.
Exactly. And I think, when I listen to your music, BMG, I can relate to it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because that's your story, but I can relate to it. So what goes through your mind when you hear someone else, like you either wrote this song or freestyle it, and you hear a girl or a guy, and you hear them singing your song word for word? somebody memorizes the lyrics that you came up with. How does that make you
That's
feel?
that's why I do it, because it's something that I went through that encouraged me to sit down and write. But I'm not closed off when it comes to that music. I feel like I'm putting myself out there as an artist. I'm telling y'all how I feel.
Making yourself
Yeah,
vulnerable.
yeah, making myself vulnerable, because I know that somebody else is gonna be like, man, like I went through the same scenario. However, how I wrote the song and I envisioned it in my head, it can be totally different to where how someone else perceives it. They could think of it in a different way, and it can help them.
Right.
You know what
See,
I mean?
most people think about it one way, but it's like, even if you've been through something and you feel like you're the only one that's been through it, I guarantee it's not the only person that's been through that. So somebody else is going to feel those issues you've been through, those problems you've been through, and how you overcame that. They're going to need to see that or hear that to be able to get through it themselves.
Exactly. And do you think it's somebody else right now today that's paying attention to what you're doing? Do you think what you're saying in your lyrics is helping somebody get through their problems and situations?
Most
that they're going
definitely.
through?
That's why I love music. You know how many artists, especially talented artists out here that no one's ever heard of, that
That's true.
I even listen to.
There's a lot of underground artists
Yeah,
that it's like
because-
you expect them to be somewhere, but they're not where they need to be yet. Like, people should be hearing their music and what they're talking about, but they don't find them because they don't do the research.
And you're an independent artist, right?
Yeah.
So talk about being an independent artist. Is that a lot more hard work and dedication than like signing to a label?
No cap. Yeah, it is.
Word. What made you not sign to a label and stay independent?
I heard with that label, I'm not opposed to signing to a label.
Okay.
I'm just something I'm open to doing.
Okay.
Is it just a
But-
matter of the connection that you have to make with them? Like having that
connection
feeling?
and exposure. That's what I was talking about. There's a lot of talented cats out here that don't have the exposure. That's better, if not better than some of the top artists right now. They just
Right.
don't have the exposure.
That's true.
They don't have the equipment. They don't have the funds.
I was going to say the funding is a big part of it. Like,
Yeah, so-
those artists that don't have that funding, it's like you can't really pay for the advertisement, pay for the studio time. If they don't have the funds, they're not able to make the music that's really going to touch those people's lives.
Yeah.
And I know I was watching I was actually watching an interview with Young Blue, and he was saying that some of these artists they sign to a label because they don't have that work ethic to be independent.
For sure.
And you're independent.
Yeah.
So where does that work ethic and that grind come from inside of you?
The people that listen to my music, the people that, hey, BMG, like when
That
you
believes
been
in
in the stew, like BMG, when you dropping this, because it's like, okay, like it's not just me, it's bigger than me.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, it's bigger than me. Yeah,
I'm one of those people, man. Don't lie.
yeah, it's bigger than me for sure.
Most definitely. And when it comes to albums and singles, how do you know that this song should be on an album or you should drop it as a single?
That's a good question.
Based on the way it flows and the message behind it. There's some songs you can drop as a single, and then some songs I'm like, okay, this definitely need to go on the album based on the way it flows. More so like a filler song, not
Like
Single-
it can
single.
flow into another song?
yeah. It flows into another
Okay.
song, and it just being like, damn, like this shit hot. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it as a single. It's hot.
So I know every artist has like a certain timeline when it comes to dropping their music. So how do you know when it's the right time to drop like a single, an EP, or an album?
I'm big on the singles. I'm big
Okay.
on dropping singles because that one song gets its own promotion. And I feel like statistics show most people listen to the first song and then skip around. That's not what I want. So me being an upcoming artist, I like dropping singles and having that one song exposure, music video behind it, all that fun stuff. And yeah. But like I said, we got some got some stuff in
You
the
got
works.
you got a
Yeah.
10-track album coming, man.
Yeah.
See, what I heard is most artists, they drop singles all the way up until they know they have at least a little bit of a loyal fan base, because you don't want to drop an album until you know you have people behind you, people supporting
Exactly.
you, because that's like the big issue behind it. You drop so many of your songs at once, and it's like you don't have that support behind you yet.
How do you know when a song should have a music video? Do you feel like the music video and the song should be built together and you drop them at the same time, or like do you feel like the song should drop first, do a little bit number, see how it feel, and be like, okay, this needs a music video, or do you feel like you just need to go ahead and drop the music video with it at the same
I feel
time?
like song first.
Okay.
Because it give people time to paint that picture in their head.
Kind of resonated.
Yeah, it resonate, yeah. And then when they see the video and put two and two together, like, okay.
Does music videos help you picture what you said and what you wrote?
Yeah, that's probably the most beautiful thing is knowing that.
Talk to us a little bit about that. Like, how does it go with like music video? Like, is it you directing the video or is it the camera guy?
Sometimes, most of the time, it's me writing a song, and then okay, I'm gonna put this into fruition by telling the director my vision. And most of the time, it turns out perfect how I like it, and I sit back watching on the big screen when it drop, 12 p.m. Eastern, and that link on the bio. It's the most beautiful
So
thing.
this video right here, Never Ignore Me. This was an amazing music video. I mean, you had some of your family, your friends in this music video, and you know you was just turning up. You was having fun with this. What was going through your mind shooting this video?
Just having fun with it.
Because this was a hit.
Yeah.
This song is one of my favorite songs from you, BMG. I'm not even gonna cap. Like,
For sure.
you can strike me down right now. This is one of my favorite songs.
For sure, yeah.
And so was that a video that was planned out, or you was like, okay, let's just shoot?
It was planned out. It was planned out. And we did a lot of B-roll in that video. So it turned out I wanted it to, and it was a hit, like you said.
It was a hit.
However, there's some songs where I'm the artist, I'm the music artist, and I'm the director. I sit there, I write out, okay, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and then I give that to the director and let it flow.
So bouncing off that, how do you know when you want to have a scene a certain way? How do you know when it's the perfect like Pictionary almost for like what you're trying to perceive to the public, like how you want them to see it?
It making sense. It actually being in flow with the lyrics. You know, I feel like, and don't get me wrong, it's fine, but I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, they just make a song and they just shoot a music video and ain't got no meaning behind it, no script,
Right.
no nothing. It look cool, don't get me wrong.
It's got the
But
visuals, but not the meaning.
I'm more old fashioned, like
Right.
2000s, like 2005, like okay, like I want to tell a story, I want to act a little bit. You know?
What's some artists that you watch you listen to their music and you watch their music videos and you was like, it's telling a story? What are like some of those artists that you see?
The Baby,
The Baby.
The
I
Baby.
see Chris Brown does a lot of that as well.
for sure.
Who
Yeah,
else?
even Drake.
Drake.
I like Drake because he be dropping little like subliminal stuff in the video. You don't get it.
But you gotta read between the lines. Like
Yeah,
you
for
gotta
sure.
actually like pay attention to it. Well, I mean, BMG, like it's a lot of people in this world that wants to be music artists. They play around with it. They take it serious. Me and Anthony was talking about this the other day, and they don't know where to start. They don't know if this is something they want to be consistent in. They don't even want to they don't have enough belief within themselves to keep going, to wake up, go to the studio, write, shoot this video, go do this interview, take care of this business, direct this video, go write this song again, then drop this album, then come up with the name of the album, then come up with the name of this song. Like all of
That's
that's going through your head.
Yeah,
How do you stay sane? How do you stay calm?
Taking it one step at a time, breaking it down, making an actual business plan. You know, it's like I said, it's more to it than just rapping.
It's all about a business.
It's a business.
It's a business.
So I say, okay, I'm gonna work on this, just like everything else in life. That's why I say it teaches me to maneuver in different aspects of my life, because I have to learn how to break it down and put all my focus into that one thing rather than here, and it makes it better that way.
100%.
So speaking of business, this is kind of a flimsy topic to touch on, but
Okay.
when it comes to the word industry plant and how certain artists act when it comes to when they sign to a label. Now, obviously, we're not going to name names or anything. We don't want to.
But we do know
ruffle any
some. We
feathers.
do know
we know some people.
some industry plants that.
But
That's
how
neither
do
here
you
nor there.
feel that perceives in the public, like compared to what it actually is? What do you think an industry plant like defines an artist as?
Marketing and them portraying themselves in an image that may not be them, but them doing it to get sales. That's what I think the industry plan
Do
is.
you feel like that's really a love of music or a love of money?
That's something that, you know, I feel like that man got to answer.
That
Like,
person, that particular person has to answer.
that
It
particular
varies
person,
depending on the person, really.
Yeah,
So you know, BMG, you can make a lot of money from music.
for
from a
sure.
music
I'm not in
career,
it from the money though.
but you're not in for the
Exactly.
money
Yeah, I'm not in it for the money.
because you actually love music.
That come with it. It's gonna come with it.
You're there for the journey
Promise you.
overall.
Yeah, the journey.
The journey's more
Yeah.
more sweeter.
And just not being on the time limit. Like I'm 25. Most niggas, they 25, like, I ain't about to keep rapping. Man. Shit, I'm going to do this till the day I die.
Right, because you see artists these days coming out 16, 17, 18, 19 years old and making
Already
a
up
hit.
a M.
They're out there. They're making money. They're like that. How do you set yourself apart from those guys saying, like, okay, they made it at 18 and 19 years old, but I didn't make it until 25. How are you able to keep yourself pushing?
I don't separate myself. I go towards it because
Okay.
music is constantly evolving. So, 40, like, think about, like, the greatest, like, Tupac, Biggie. We rap way different, totally different from how they used to rap back then.
That's true.
So, even Lil Wayne, like, shout out to Weezy. Excuse me. Shout out to Cash Money. But I noticed,
Young Moolah, baby.
So, yeah, just not separating yourself and going to the younger cats and making a song with them and seeing what they doing and seeing what the younger generation like. It's not just what I like. It's about what everybody likes.
So it's about making those connections again.
Yeah, I want to make music for young people. I want to make music for people my age. I want my dad to play my song and be able to relate to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just BMG. It's everybody. It's
So again on that, so how do you know when certain song's going to resonate with someone? Like, what is it that you look for to put into your songs that you know that it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to remember this song, I'm going to remember these lyrics, and they're going to listen to it.
Because you said that you make your music for them.
Exactly.
So how do you know that this song is going to make them feel good?
Just by being myself. More so because life is about up and down, roller coaster, up and down, up and down. So I may be feeling like this, and then I may be feeling like this. So it's like that party song maybe when I'm feeling like this, but then when I'm putting all my emotions into it, I may be going through something.
Right.
And that individual go relate to it. Type
And
shit.
you did say something about that. When people have goals for themselves, you say that you're not too hard on yourself.
For sure.
Because if I don't hit this goal, I don't want to quit. I don't want to stop. I got to keep going. That's not what life is about.
Yeah, dedication, man. It's you're going to have your days, and a lot of people are like, man, I'm motivated. Like, but you're going to lose that motivation.
Motivation runs out, but dedication is forever.
For sure.
Okay. And so you're dedicated to this.
Dedicated, man.
You're dedicated.
So what's your definition of dedication then?
I'm going to do it no matter how I feel, and that teaches you a lot of discipline. I read a lot, too. Yeah.
So how does reading play into the fact, like, your lyric writing? Like, how do you play that hand in hand if you read a lot?
It puts my mind to exercise, and it puts me in a space where I'm constantly learning. I don't get complacent or content with my music and say, okay, I drop letter to myself. I drop Never Ignore Me, cool. Okay, I'm not where I want to be. Top 10. I want to be on the top 10 Billboard. Will be.
How many songs do you have in the vault right now?
About 50.
We were just talking about this the other day too. How every artist, 50 to 100 minimum. I was telling you, Josh, like, it's crazy.
So you got about 50 songs in the vault right now.
Yes, sir.
So why are you keeping them in a vault? Is there something like?
Can we have them,
holding you
man?
back?
Can we listen to them? I mean, that's what we want to know.
Are you just waiting for the right time, or?
Man, it's a lot that goes behind that as far as me being on the same accord as the producer and making sure the song is finished. And then certain times too, I make songs for myself. Sometimes I don't make songs to put out. Sometimes I may go to the studio and make a song, and it should be something I'm getting off my chest.
You know beforehand that it's gonna be kept to yourself, or do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you listen to it and you're like, okay, this is something that like I made to like resonate with myself rather than my listeners. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like someday eventually, I'll probably just drop them, just because. But as of right now,
You're just waiting for the right time.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say right time, but I would say the right way. Not right
Okay.
time, but right way. Like I said, I want to be strategic about it. I want to make sure I have a purpose behind it. I don't want to just drop. I don't just drop music.
Speaking of being strategic, when it comes to like setting your albums in a certain order, like for example, I know like Drake's new album, he made it a mix to where it was like a mix between Views and like CLB. How do you position your albums to where you know that they're not gonna like you were saying earlier, skip from one song to the next song to the next song? They listen to it in order and have a certain feeling from it and get like a certain vibe from it.
A lot of that is producing. A lot of that is the beat. But as an artist, I feel like you have to make people want to listen. Track 1, track 2. Like you're not about to skip around on my tracks.
Exactly.
So it's having that thought process. Okay, that first song, most people click that first song.
Facts.
If that first song not hitting,
they're not
They
going to
might-
listen
they
to the
probably
rest.
gonna skip, yeah, they probably gonna skip around.
And they're gonna go to the second song.
Yeah. So
But if that one not hitting like within like the first 5-10 seconds, another skip.
Yeah.
See, I'll admit, whenever I listen to like a big time artist, I'll go to their album, I'll listen to the first few songs that have the stars next to them,
Yeah.
and then I'll kind of skip around and see what I'm feeling like that. Like,
sure.
it's a different mindset, but I feel like most people do that. They're not just going to listen to it in order. They're not going to have like a chronological feeling behind it, not knowing that like each song connects to the next one, and they don't realize that each album has a purpose behind it. It's not just ordered in a random way. They ordered it in a certain way.
And you don't just throw songs out there. I just dropped this song. You have a
Man,
meaning
I
behind different songs.
I used to get real impatient, man. Like,
You used to be like, I need to drop this. I need to drop this.
you can ask BT, like, man, I used to get real. Like, I drop a song, or I go to the studio, make a song, and then that night, I'm trying to post it on Instagram. And the team, like, bro, slow down.
Just trying to be quick with
Yeah, like, slow down.
Hold on
like,
1 second. Hold on 1 second. BT, come to the show real quick, man. Come to the show. Come to the show real quick, man. Come to the show real quick, man. We got the manager of BMG in the building right now, Boris, aka BT, man. And you know these are one of the guys right here. These are one of the guys that actually keeps BMG going every single day. Like he makes sure that your bookings are good, tours are good, shows are good. How does BMG, does his career inspire you to be the best that you are right now?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I mean, I think for me, I watched it from the ground up, and literally, he told you. I mean, everything he does from a music standpoint, like, he's a creator. He really loves it. You know, like me. I've known Byron for about 5 years, so I literally watched the transition from him really coming into this music thing, and I really see the passion that he puts behind it. You know, this man literally writes on a daily, just puts his thoughts on paper. You know, and then that's really the music that y'all hearing. It's not just him trying to figure out what y'all want to hear. It's him just talking about life.
It may not even be a song. It may just be shit. Nigga got a journal sometimes.
Exactly.
And
Talking about-
it might just rhyme.
It
Yeah.
might just be something you just experienced today. Like, okay, let me put that in.
Yeah.
Not literally.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty behind his music. It's like, this is my brother. So when I hear his music, it's like he's talking real life.
So, do we got any shows coming up? We got tours coming up. What we got, BMG?
Yeah, so November the 11th, I didn't even consult with my manager first. November the 11th. And it's been a busy week for me, though, man. I've been back and forth, just moving to a new spot.
Okay,
But,
congrats.
Yeah, but I got invited to perform November 11th, Bowie Fest, Charlotte, Skylark Social Club.
Hey,
So
make
if
sure y'all be there.
come
You
out.
know
Make
we
sure
there.
y'all be there.
We support you.
We
so
gonna be there
no
for
doubt.
sure, man. And so, BT, like, you know, you hear with BMG, and you know, hearing the things that he said that made him fall in love with music. Like, do you have that same love for music as well?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, he'll tell you. I don't have a mic, by the way.
You good? You can probably hear it.
Yeah, he good.
But he'll tell you. I mean, absolutely. A lot of times when we just vibing, I'm the type. He'll try to get me to hop in the booth, but I'm not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a talent of mine. But I definitely, you know, have a thing for music. I definitely know how to vibe, how to feel the beat, how to catch melodies, and yeah, we really just be in there crafting. You know, just really just like throwing vibes off of each other. You know what I'm saying? And really just picking up.
Because there's a lot of artists that have managers, but it's some managers that are just there for the money, but it's some managers that's there for the well-being of their artist, well-being for their brother, for their sister, and they want to just see them be great.
Yeah. I mean, with us, it's deeper than the music. You know, this is my brother, and regardless of, you know, any of the business aspect and how far he's gonna go, and you know the numbers that he's gonna do, like I want to see him just be the best he can be in this space. You know, I just want to see him grow and continue to evolve. So I think that's what it's about, and we continue to focus, keep that the main focus, and then everything else, like you said, bro, the monetary is gonna come.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it comes with it.
It's about the experience, about how you make that connection with them and like go along the journey. Like,
Yeah.
So speaking on the journey, like how has that journey been for you? We know BMG's touched up on that, but like for those 5 years that you've known BMG, how has that experience been for you managing him and getting him through those tough times?
I mean, it's been real because I feel like, you know, like I said, when you're up and coming, it's like you're literally, everything's trial and error.
Right.
So just being able to be, you know, his right hand, and just being able to, you know, just give him some type of direction. You know, we feeding off of each other. You know, when it comes to ideas for music videos, when it comes to shows, you know, like we literally are just throwing ideas back and forth and just trying to figure out exactly what's the best direction to go. So
Right.
it's been you know, it's been a real process, honestly.
Did he hear your first song you ever made?
Yeah, he heard songs I ever made before I was even going to the studio.
So he's heard songs that we haven't even heard of.
He's an exclusive.
Yeah, freestyling, like really like freestyling, just chilling, freestyling.
Speaking of freestyle,
Uh-oh.
I think we got to get you to spit something over
I think
here.
it's time.
Uh-oh.
We got BT here now.
Come on.
With BMG, I think it's time. You know, and actually, I was already looking at a beat. I think you should get on, man. So
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop this beat, and we're gonna turn it over real quick.
All right, let's do it.
You good?
I was going to say, get you a sip of that Crown real quick.
For sure, for sure.
It don't take them too much.
For sure, man. We appreciate you being here, BMG. We
Yeah,
appreciate
sure.
you being here,
Yeah.
BT.
Absolutely.
We know that you play a key part to this man's success, and we know that he loves you a lot, and that you guys have one of those relationships that I want to have with individuals that I'm around. And I realize how important relationships are, and how those relationships can not only make you guys a lot of money, but it can actually make you realize what your purpose is to be here.
For sure.
And so we're gonna go ahead and get this freestyle going. BMG, you ready?
Let's do it.
See what you
Let's
got.
get it.
It's different. I like that. I like that. Well, I had enough. I up the score, cause my mind expanding. And I can't wait to see what's in store. Like my mama's pantry. I'm off the Adderall. This shit, it got me feeling antsy. And Kodak Black just came off in the club. It got my niggas dancing.
What?
Got my niggas flocking in this bitch. And Brody got a chopper, ain't no parking in this bitch. We flew in from Vegas. I thank God we finally rich.
Private.
Yeah. Back in this bitch like I never left. Back in this bitch, I go up in the air, call it the kettlebell. Who you know got flows like this. Kicking in doors like this, rocking these clothes like this.
Okay.
Bitch, I'ma stay on my pivot. Get it like it's time for Christmas, I get it. Down on a mission, in the trenches. Hey, vibing and jigging, vibing and jigging. Give me a topic.
Okay, you ready? We're gonna start at the top. You ready? Let's go. The beach.
Baseball. Oh.
The beach. Took shrooms on the beach. Hey, I got kicks. Hold on.
Hold up.
Nah, hold on.
Sand. Water. Sun. Let's get
Hey,
it.
I got the sand in the water. Hey, bad little bitch, got a fat ass. I nicknamed her Miss Parker.
Parker.
Hey, where you go? Where you got the flow? Who you know?
Who you know?
That's it, man. That's
Let's
all.
get it, man. Hey, man. Shout out my nigga
Hey, you did your thing.
BMG, man. Yeah, it's all we do, man. This is the reason why this guy actually fell in love with music, because you can actually have fun with it. Shout out BT, man. One of the most serial entrepreneurs in the entire city. Trust me, this is one of my mentors that I look up to. We're going to have our own segment with him. But this episode was about BMG, really just learning the culture of your history and the insight into your future and where you're going. And so
I was going to say, like, if you had one thing you wanted to say to the viewers, to those that are looking up to someone like you that's in the position you're in, what would you have to say?
Don't get lost in the sauce. Don't try to be like nobody you not. Be yourself. And don't listen to that negative voice in your head. You do the opposite. So if that's well, I don't feel like getting up today, get your ass up. If you know you need to be doing something, do it. Just be
Love to
yourself.
hear it.
I appreciate you coming on the show, BMG. Appreciate you being here, BT.
Appreciate you, man.
It's all love, my guy.
Nah, for sure.
For sure. That's out. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.